But you take the restarts and all, okay?
Yeah, we are live.
Streams up and running.
All right. I think the stream is up and running now. Unfortunately, everyone, we are not on YouTube today because YouTube is being difficult. Is the most PG way I can say this. So yeah, you will better have to bear with the Twitch but the VOD will be uploaded back to YouTube anyway later on. But regardless of those some formalities aside, welcome everyone to season 2 tier 2 round 1 of LOS in Australia. And yeah, it should be a very fun one. We saw the tier 1 race. We saw the lack of finishers in yesterday's race. Hopefully that is a trend that doesn't continue for this one. And joining alongside me is a man who is all too familiar with this server. It is Azun CR7, and hello Azun.
Hi Vifix, it's gonna be an interesting one today. Let's see who keeps it clean and who
Yeah.
comes out as the victor.
Yeah, definitely should be a very exciting one. When the teams were drawn for, especially division tier 2 again, I'll say it was a very balanced tier. I really cannot call who's gonna win this tier, constructors or drivers. To be honest, it's just gonna be about consistency. And yeah, let's see what happens as we see cloudy skies here. Hopefully, that's not a sign of something happening later on. As the cars have taken the track, and the furthest one I can see up is AJ by 24, another one of the new drivers. Um, and it'll definitely be interesting to see as the cars just go around the circuit right now. Um, yeah, I
And
think this track very tricky. We've driven it yesterday, Azun, so you would know a thing or two about it,
yeah, I think
especially.
tire strategies are important here. We can already see AJ is on the mediums, and there are people coming out on the softs as well. So it's good to see different strategy choices between the drivers. And we really don't know how the race is going to pan out considering we had what, 5 safety cars yesterday. So it's going to be a tricky one for the drivers, but let's see. It's going to be an interesting one though to watch,
Yeah,
definitely.
and from what I can concur, it's definitely at the end of it. It just comes down to who can keep their nose clean at the end of 27 laps. Because the even in, for example, D1 race yesterday, we saw the differing strategies on hand, and basically everyone uh, ended up basically equal. So the strategies didn't matter. What really mattered was making sure that you didn't get involved in incidents. As I already see a car without the front wing is Hazard, so he's definitely had run into some trouble on his lap. Meanwhile, here's AJ by 24 now. He was the first car to do a lap. He was the first car out on track, so he will be the first one to set a lap time, I think. Uh, wow, took a reasonable chunk, I'll say, of that of that left-handed chicane. Oh, he's almost lost the car there, but yeah, just finishing the lap. This will be the first official lap completed of this tier this season, and let's see where he can put the car. Um, I think this is a more relatively safer run right now. I'm not really pushing it yet. 23 dead. That is a respectable lap
Yeah,
time,
he had a
especially on
moment.
mediums.
Yeah, he had a moment in sector 3, so he would look to improve on that lap time.
Yeah, and now Abdul Samad, the first of the soft tire runners, what does he do? He does a 25.4, so I think he is running quite a bit of fuel, and so is Malav. We know Malav loves his race runs. Uh, he loves a lot of other things as well, but particularly those race runs.
I'm trying to see his fuel load currently. Yeah, it's
I
like
think he does have like
80.1.
a incredible amount. Yeah, that is a lot of fuel. He will be telling everyone to calma, calma to see his real laps. But as Chugs retires, I think he's crashed out. I'm trying to see what cars near that area of track right now.
The Red Bull's in crossfire right now.
Yeah, so it is once again AJ. I mean, if you're AJ, happy for giving me this. I'm giving you this for screen time. But yeah, let's see what's happened here. And oh, he cuts the track and not. Oh, just a classic. I think he stepped on the power too early when he was on the curb on that left-hand side. And yeah, that is how this track, a very harsh mistress. As Captain Inkle, one of our favorites, in a car that would make the Ural Kali guy, the Ural Kali roll on us. So we're very happy right now. Because he is goes
We are
P1.
his favorites.
Yeah. Meanwhile, only 9 people have set a lap so far, and one of those is Malov, who is living up to the ethos of this league by sandbagging right now. Meanwhile, Abdul Samad, yeah, I think he's made a mistake on this lap because that lap time. Sid Venkatesh now, he did a first lap, so is he going back to back or is he going to pit this lap? Let's see. Sorry, I had the spectator menu up this whole time. Hang on, let me go back to this thing. Why dot 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 is an explicit word? I have no idea, and I just have no idea what's happening on chat right now. It's a pro Maharashtra comments sympathizers in the chat when only half of them are actually from Maharashtra. Yeah, that's very weird, and this is exactly why we love this league. And meanwhile, Smith Shah, the champion, now he's on a wheel. That is the reasoning he's told us for why he would be slow this season. And if he's not, then you can rest assured that he will get penalized in the harshest way possible.
Do you think it's gonna rain by the end of the qualifier?
If it was going to, I definitely see a lot more urgency to go out and set a lap time. Only 9 people have set a lap so far, and definitely then Malav wouldn't be doing his race run. So I think we might just miss the rain period, but then again, we're really relying on Malav as our key guide to what's going to happen on track. So we really have no clue. Miles Smith goes P10 on mediums.
Yeah, backed out in that lap.
Oh, and he spins. Oh wow! Imagine spinning like that in the race. Couldn't be me. Oh, and Malav there, he sees the car of Smith, but crucially avoids him because he had enough time to notice that car. And yeah, I think it would be a very big move if you crashed into someone there. Miller has retired without setting a lap, so he's finding it tough going because he already in his first run wasn't able to set a lap. He had a broken wing. I just don't understand why people are waiting like 10 minutes. It's almost 10 minutes into the session, people aren't setting a lap.
Meanwhile, on board with Larry, he's already invalidated.
I mean, Larry's a legend. He doesn't need the game to tell him when it's invalidated. About a boy now, I'm spectating as he's coming across. He is on a hot lap as well. Right now, Manan is looking very well, although I think he did that lap on softs. Yes, so I don't know why he's coming out on mediums unless he was sandbagging. In which case, we appreciate it. Yeah, brilliant job on the. We have 10 viewers on Twitch, so that is a big thing. And guys, Larry's running preset 4. Oh, that's what Gupta's telling me. Legend. To be honest, this track is probably one of the tracks where you could probably run preset 4 since it's. I can't really think of a part where that setup would be. And look at this teamwork here from Mercedes. That's exactly why they are 8-time world champions in real life.
Should have on the drivers with that another debate.
Yeah. And now Manan is on his lap on mediums, and I think I will follow him through this entire lap. No pressure, Manan. I know you're watching this. As he breaks deep sector turn 1, misses that apex, and he's almost spun, and the lap is already gone. So now we'll have to watch Ace. Um, on softs, yeah, some people say I have a lot of commentators curses. I'll say to those guys, get good. Um, I hope that word isn't what I think it is. And Gupta already predicted the choke job incoming because, of course, he is a bit. The stream is a bit delayed, so that was put in there before. And yeah, definitely love that the chat is so lively today. Normally, even on YouTube, we don't have this sort of enjoyment. And now Malav, I think he's finally on low fuel. No, he's still doing his race run.
Yeah, he
I don't
still has
understand.
like, yeah, he has 9.7 laps.
He hasn't paid. Then there's no brakes. Chips Chima now, another very fast driver. 50.2 to the first sector. A lot of people trying to mug qualifying on mediums. But the way the field is so close and the lack of grip because of the overcast conditions is making it very tough for the drivers to actually set a lap on these tires. The word is, I don't know what that word is because
Looked like a conservative middle sector.
yeah, it is a
Inside
very
sector.
conservative middle sector. And I think he's just trying to get a lap through that gets him into the top 10. Will it get him into the top 10? That is the question. It gets him just
It
about
does.
23.5, which is P9 21 thousandths on Manan. But of course, Manan did that lap on softs. And about a boy has been disqualified from session for going the wrong way. So I think he was trying to let a car go, or I think either he spun and then
Yeah, I
tried to
think he
reverse it around and
spun
was
downwards.
disqualified. So yeah, that is Cody's logic right there. Meanwhile, Malav is still on track. It will be a very noob moment if he doesn't get a lap through now on his actual fast run.
Oh, he does all
Um,
these race runs and he
yeah,
crashes out in the race.
yes. And now Manan, we follow him again. This time, can he set a lap? That's representative. He's down on his time in the first sector, which just goes with. Which I have to ask, why did he do the first lap so? Why did he use his real pace on the first lap if he wanted to qualify on mediums the whole time? I I'm questioning that logic. But meanwhile, no one
Oh
has really.
no!
What's
Manan hit the
happened?
wall.
Oh no. Yeah, oh no, he might have enough time to set a lap again, but look at that Captain Hinkle. He set that lap a long time ago. I definitely thought people would have challenged him by now, but he's in first for almost like 9 minutes in this session. And if
Yeah,
qualifying
that's
was,
right.
and if P1 in qualifying was awarded for most time in P1, then it would be Captain Hinkle who would get this. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Um, and the man in second place I am spectating right now, vintage player as Captain Hinkle, is on his outlap and he's right there on track. The track looks so greasy, by the way, on these off-board
Yeah.
shots. So you could trick somebody into thinking it was raining there with the amount of how
All
wet
I'll say
it.
is it doesn't look fun to drive.
Yeah, it does not look fun to drive. But right now, it is. Red Bull are very good, very nicely placed right now, by the way. They're second and third vintage player in AJ. And one thing I've noticed with vintage players that his teammate almost always comes up with him through the grid. So either he's doing something right with his human relations part of the garage, because he was really he's really. You always notice his teammates do well. Um,
Yeah, and he's gonna help us with this whole
and
position
Gupta is
control.
calling someone his favorite best driver, and I think that's you, Azun. But then again, he calls everyone his favorite driver, so I'm not believing it. And he's gonna get held up here by Captain Gaur. He's gonna give DRS to the man, the only man who can possibly beat his lap time, but he doesn't.
I think Captain Hinkle has just started his lap.
Yeah, and Haas on top of your mother is what Racing Gupta is saying. Yeah, so if we, I just seen the Discord, and yes, about a boy was disqualified for the exact reason I talked about, as Hinkle has a moment right there. AJ by 24 also on a lap. Now look how close it is, third to fourth, and then first to second.
Vivek, a question for you. Do you think Captain Hinkle should go back to the pits since he's already 2 tenths?
Um,
He's already down by 2 tenths on his best time.
let's see how much fuel is packed in, but of course with my camera angle, that Haas mysteriously does. I think only you will be able to. I think
It's
he might go
2.8.
back into the pitch, but he is pushing a lot still. He just did a purple middle sector.
Yeah, he's on 2.8 now.
Yeah, so it is his call, of course. I think he can improve on this lap, especially since he had that moment. But I wouldn't hold it against him if he finished it. And yeah, look at it. It just looks like it's raining, doesn't it? It's so greasy.
Yeah.
And he's even, yeah, he's not pitting. He's not pitting. So, yeah. Meanwhile, Mayank also on a good lap because he is in the top 4 as well. So he's right behind Hinkle. Hinkle crosses the line, goes 22.3. So good call on him for finishing that lap. What's Mayank gonna do? He goes 22.6 and there is 4,000 slower than Vintage Player. That means that probably the slipstream that Vintage Player got off of that last straight on Captain Hinkle is what's kept him in P2. And meanwhile, AJ as well. I feel like a lot of these guys have gone early. I don't want qualifying to end on an anticlimactic note yet, but there's still so much time left in the session and AJ absolutely demolishes that time of Captain Hinkle. 22 point. And Smith Shah's into the pit, so he's definitely going for last turn. He's definitely, I think he's watching the stream. Moderator OP in the chat. Turkey 2020 grip says Racing of the maybe. And this lap from AJ would have put him P5 in yesterday's days, and he is cutting the track though to get to the pits, which I mean we're commentators, so it's really up to the stewards to decide this. But yeah, just refer to the stream stewards and do your job.
I mean, it's HVP as a steward, so
yeah, HVP will probably give him reward points for doing that. And Mayank, I think, Mayank, is he going to have enough time to come back out? I can't see how much time yeah, so he will just have enough time, so I don't really know anything. You can still come out with 3 minutes left. So now it's just down to the last, and can anyone match AJ? I don't think he's going to be able to put together a lap. Meanwhile, Larry right behind him, getting all of that slipstream. He's on his out lap though, so he would have wanted it to be done on a time lap. Lot of traffic now, almost everyone is out on track. And the people that aren't out will soon be out anyway. And Bill Huang has beaten the curve. He's probably the only guy, he's invalidated it. Ooh, this is where I'm resting up right now because I will have to call 16 lap times or 17 with Quick Killer basically as all of them cross the line. So this is going to be a photo finish basically.
Quick Killer wouldn't be
Quick Killer's on. AJ is retired, so he is so confident. He thinks that is it. That is enough. Yeah, that I was correct. This is P5. I think it's a bit faster than mine from yesterday. I think mine was an 883 Gupta. So where are they when they cross the line? I think Malav is on his out lap. So who's the closest to that? Bill Hanks are out of fuel, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, he is Shadow Sword's close compatriot. So I mean that is a complete Shadow Sword move right there, if I've ever seen one. Meanwhile, Manan again on his out lap. Malav, I think, has now started his lap. He hasn't butchered it at Sector 1, and Kalyan Verma crashes as soon as I spectate him. So that is the curse of the spectator. You do not want him. And Larry now in the middle sector and is invalidated. Oh my god, how many laps can I ruin? I'm on a streak right now.
Just don't spectate Vintage Player, that's all good.
And Malav sets a purple first sector. Is that actually the purple first sector? I don't know, but because this game is really weird with that. Manan meanwhile
Vintage is now purple in the first sector.
Yeah, so either the track is improved by a lot or these aren't actually purple sectors. 13 viewers on stream now, so that is very impressive. Ooh, Vintage had a moment. Oh, did he clip that wall? The camera work was Monaco levels there. Meanwhile, Malav now middle sector decent, but is he going to get held up by this Williams ahead of him? Of Sid Venkatesh, who can only go 8th. Vintage is retired, so can anyone upset the established order? Smith just started his lap. Malav now rounding the final corner. What can he do as he comes across the line? And he goes P3 with a 22.629. And Smith just broken his wing. So that is it for him. What can Ace do as he crosses the line? He goes P8. And who else is on a lap? Manan, he's butchered it. He has butchered it, so he'll be starting outside the top 10. Quick Killer is a 136.685. I don't understand, but
7 tenths up on his time.
Ooh, look at that. He's really risking it. This could put him easily into the top 5 here. I don't think that purple sector is legitimate, chat. So don't take that. Don't take that. That's just the game being weird. So I think yeah, Chips Chima is the only one on a lap right now. Minor Quick Killer does go 14th fastest, but he cannot qualify top 10 on mediums. So he's definitely gonna be cursing himself for not starting on softs. What can Chip Chima do? 22.5. He goes P3.
Good lap for him.
Oh, that was very, very entertaining qualifying. It just goes to show how competitive the league is. Our champion from last season can just eke out 10th.
I mean, Smith would be disappointed with that.
Yeah, look at that. AJ by 24. Definitely, he has put all the cards on the table right now. That is very, very, very impressive, I must say, to have that level of pace. But of course, points aren't handed out in qualifying, at least in this league. It is handed out in the race. And let's see now what these drivers can make of the race. I think we just need Smits to retire, which he is going to go to the pits and do. He doesn't want the AI to ruin his driver, of course. And that will be qualifying.
Yeah, I think that was a good session.
I think a very fun qualifying, I must say, also with how much the order was changing and how close everyone is. And I think he becomes the first Czech to get a pole position in our league. Does AJ, if he's actually Czech, just like Larry, is definitely Swedish. Yes, but I'll run you through the grid once again. AJ by 24, Captain Hinkle, Chips Chima top 3, Malav, Vintage, Mayank, Bill Wang, Easy Lalbot, ES, and Smith Shah round out the rest of the top 10. Abhi, Sid Venkatesh, Manan, Quick Killer, Kalyan Verma, Abdul Samad, and Larry. These are all the people who set times outside the top 10, and then there's 2 who didn't set laps at all in Chugs and Haza, and then About a Boy who was unfortunately disqualified. Oh. Now, what is the weather going to be like for the race? I assume since people are willing to do laps on mediums, I think it is going to be dry. But this game you can never tell. So we get the screens load up. Yeah, it is bright sunny, but of course in this game you can go from bright sunny to eternal darkness in like one lap. So yeah. Any predictions, Chad? Top 3 right now. Any predictions? This is the first race, so maybe. Oh yeah, one thing I did forget to do is look at all of the bets for the LOS challenges. Who has bet who in terms of sandbags?
I was just looking at that, and I think Smith Shah has lost around 110 sandbags.
Yeah, Smith Shah, you go high in terms of betting. You stand to lose high as well. And shout out to Shadow Sword, of course, for creating this concept. Very, very diligent worker. So Larry, Captain Hinkle has 50 sandbags extra now because he beat Larry in qualifying. Smith Shah has gained 20 extra sandbags because he beat Larry in qualifying, but then he lost 50 because he lost to Vintage Player, and then he lost a further 80 because he lost to You Can Beat Me. And the bets that are up now is Smith versus Sid Venkatesh for race position, and Larry versus Sid V's to see who can set the fastest lap in this race. So let's see how committed people are to winning these sandbags, because Larry did say he wouldn't risk his race just to get the sandbags, but I would just love it if somebody just said no to the title fight and just went for sandbags. And Racing Gupta says Abdul Samad first, Larry second, and Quick Killer third. Yes. And meanwhile, let's see what tires. I'm going AJ, Malav, because when things start getting messy, Malav is always there. Kalma, he remains Kalma. And I'll probably go, Smith's the champion, so we have to kind of guess that he'll be on his best foot. But as for tires, all of the top 10 on softs, of course, that's how they qualified. 11th to 15th, we have all medium tire runners, and then 16, 17, Abdul Samad and Larry on softs, Chugs and Haza again on mediums, and then About a Boy starts on hard tires. One stop is possible, of course, but it will take a lot of tire management, and when people are racing hard, you don't know what's going to happen. This race is drier than Racing Gupta's LOS finishing streak.
Let's see if AJ can translate that massive quality advantage into a race win.
Yeah, I mean, easy level, but I'll say this from having driven with him. He's one of the best drivers at controlling a race. So if he gets at the front, it's going to be difficult for these guys to get him out of there. But he's not at the front right now. So let's see what happens.
Aza has been left behind in formation lap.
I'm trying to find a decent camera angle because this game is routinely is very annoying with this. Can you please give me a good camera angle, game? To get ready for the 5 lights. I hope
Yeah,
the
I
lobby.
don't have a good camera angle as well.
Yeah, I don't have a good camera angle either. I am looking frantically. Yes, finally got one on Captain Hinkle's side. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights. Out and away they go. And I think that's a good start from AJ. Meanwhile, I think Captain Hinkle has lost out a bit to Chipschema on the initial going. Now they go. Oh, that is very brave from Chipschema. And meanwhile, Kalyan Verma is retired. There's a carnage at the back. Larry spun. I really can't. But as we go back to the battle at the front, AJ had a very bad start. Chipschema has bolted. He's second up.
It's a safety car.
And immediately a safety car. So there was a lot of carnage at the back. Larry, Abhi, these guys are without front wings. So I think there was a 3-car pile up there. Ace gets a yellow, 5 second ignoring yellows. But what a start from Chipschema. Before he was second ahead and the safety car has pulled him back now, but that was a hell of a getaway. He was third and then he was just first immediately.
AJ went on the grass and then said
Yeah, he had. I think that is why you don't go 3 wide in the turn 1 in Australia. Meanwhile, about a boy with a good start because he's on hard tires and he's getting 5 positions off the start, so he's kept it clean, and that is definitely very impressive. And most of the medium tire runners, I'd say, have improved upon their positions.
do you think anyone boxes for hards this afternoon?
I can't really call it. As for position changes, Chipschema of course gaining 2, Vintage gaining 3, Bill Huang gaining 4, AJ losing 3, Hinkle losing 3. Biggest gainers of course Haza and About a Boy, who both gained 5 places each. And up, ooh, I thought I saw a car flying off there. And Abhi's lost 7 places and his front wing, and Larry has lost 2 places and his front wing as well. I think these two definitely gonna. Yeah, they're definitely gonna go on hards now. But yeah.
Yeah, but I think would it be better to go on the mediums and gamble for a safety car?
Ooh, I don't really know, but there's gonna be more than one safety car, I feel like, and that's what these guys are gambling on right now.
There have been people who have pulled off 7 stoppers.
Yeah, those are guys, absolute legends. Tracks look shiny, yes. Now it looks like the driest track ever, and it looked like the wettest track ever in qualifying. To the point where if we installed a spray mod and then erased the color of the tires, people would think that it was intermediates.
Okay, Abhi's on mediums and Larry's on hards.
Okay, so Larry's got the sandbagging wets to think about. Maybe he's gonna go on softs later on. He's following Abhi right now. I think right now these guys don't really have any data. They probably would have. I think they would have wanted for safety car not to come out at all. But if it was gonna come out, they probably would have wanted it to come out a few laps later, so they had the data of what tires were working in what way, because they can't go by the T1 race because there were so many safety cars that there's really no data on that in that race to gauge.
The only good thing is that we see the Aston Martin safety car.
Yeah, this Aston Martin safety car, thing of beauty. I didn't even know that Australia had the Aston Martin safety car. I was pretty much very high up, but I didn't even get to see the safety car yesterday. So that just goes to show how wild of a race we had. But yeah, the beautiful Aston Martin safety car. It can't make the Mercedes 1-2 joke right now because. But the Honda family looks very well placed right now. Vintage, Phil Wang, AJ, all driving Honda powered machinery. Meanwhile, what else is happening on track right now? I can't really see. I think we just need to get the safety car in and get some racing done so we can actually comment on active things that are happening right now. But since we have this lull, Azun, what do you think about the four car launches so far and the liveries, uh, respectively?
I love the Aston Martin.
I mean,
I'm
Haas
still,
is the best livery by default, no matter what anyone
yeah, I mean
says,
that
because it
is
has
true.
Mazepin in it. Um,
But I'm not a big fan of the McLaren one for some reason.
yeah, I think the McLaren Shadow livery is actually better than the McLaren F1 car livery, because that does glow in the dark as well. And the way the IndyCar shape is, it looks better on an IndyCar than the 2022 regulated F1 cars.
Even their
But
race suits look more like
yeah,
IndyCar race
but
suits.
just like the Red Bull show car and the preseason car come testing, anything can change. Maybe they'll bring special liveries in this season. I think there will be a lot of special liveries this year on the grid, since it is a new technical regulation. So teams will be going ham with that. Uh, Right now, again, there's really nothing much that we can be on about. I think the safety car will come in this lap. Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
does. So now Chip Seema will back up the pack as he hopefully gets a good launch for his sake. Um,
I'm interested to see what Bill Wang does here. I think he's gonna jump vintage.
yeah, it's all disadvantage to the guy in second place, isn't it? Because everybody else is going to be able to react to the guy in P1, but if you have a slow launch, then the other guy, it's much easier for him to react to you and get the position. Of course, you can't overtake until you cross the finish line, and in Australia, the finish line is all the way at the end of the straight. So even if Bill Wang got a run on him, he could not pass Vintage Player. And
But
where is Chip Shima? His safety car hasn't pulled in yet. He's waiting. He's waiting, and has hit Manant rear. But we'll have to leave that for now and come back to Chip Shima. When is he gonna go? When is he gonna go? When is he gonna go? Is he gonna track this all the way? Yes, he
he
is.
is. I mean, that seems like the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, he
Vintage is
cannot get
overtaking.
overtaken. Oh, and he goes now. And Vintage Player has been completely caught off. But once again, you can't overtake, of course, until you actually reach that finish line. That's very
What is
smart, I'd
happening
say,
to
from Chips.
Mayank?
Chima, a lot of battling. RG Baji, I see a car on the grass. It
Yeah,
is Mayank, and Bill Wang spun. That is the Alpha Tauri of Bill Wang. Oh, this is this is wild stuff. It's a very narrow, and once again, Chip Seaman absolutely bolted. So somebody get restart lessons from this man. Um, and now the field has spread a bit. I think P2, the top two are clear of P3, and Malav is now stalking Vintage Player. Um, Meanwhile, Easy Level Bot and Captain Hinkle and Ace and Smith Quick Killer now all the way up to ninth already on those medium tires, and he's trying to defend his position from Mayank. He knows that in a couple of laps these mediums will be the much better tire, and at that point he's really close to the leaders. He's within like around 5 to 6 seconds of them. So he's definitely in that window to the point where he could, on his second stint, overtake the leader at this point. And now he's going to attempt to move around the outside of Smith. Smith, how is he going to defend this? They it goes side by side. Quick Killer doesn't really challenge him. Now he goes. Everything looks so entertaining here in Australia. Forgive my me forgetting words there, but sometimes you're just so excited by the racing. Now will he go for it on this straight? Meanwhile, AJ has absolutely caught up to Chip Sima. So forget what I said
oh,
about
about
that. Then
boy,
about the boy
no!
is he's crashed on the last corner, and that's another safety car.
He was looking so good. Like
Yeah, he had
he
such a
said
good
on
start on
the
those hards. And meanwhile,
April
Bill
13th.
Wang, this does allow him to pit as
Chugs.
Chugs.
That's
And
the
Abdul
name.
Samad has hit the back of Chugs, not Chugs has hit the back of Abdul Samad. Yeah. Oh, this is. I I really don't know what to say there. I feel bad for About a Boy. He was looking so good right there with those hearts. But yeah, it's classic early on the throttle. This track is very unforgiving, especially on this year's game compared to last year. They've definitely changed the traction zones on a few corners
I've
around
not
this
used
track.
traction zones, but taking the curbs is rewarding, but it's also very risky.
Yeah, I mean you are correct about that. Very, very harsh mistress these curbs, and fortunately for these drivers, this is probably the last time I have to drive this track on this configuration. Because I hopefully Cody's will put the new track layout in the next game, but it being Cody's, I can never say.
If
Um,
you were Chips Chima, would you be happy with the safety car?
I'll be happy because I'm in first place. AJ clearly has pace on him, but if there's
Yeah,
just
but
safety cars, will he pit? Will
we've
he
seen
pit? No, that's a very good dummy that he had me fooled for a second.
we've seen Chips
And
Chima
Vintage
get.
player does pit.
Oh,
Wow.
that's interesting.
So he's pulled the pin. He doesn't think there'll be more safety cars after this, which is why I think the other guys aren't pitting. So Malav, that means Malav goes into P3 and it's a pit barrage. It's easy level bot and Captain Hingle all pit. This means Quick Killer is now up to 6th on mediums already and has also up to 8th on mediums.
Captain Hinkle's on softs.
Oh, that. I think I can understand the rationale. Maybe he thinks there'll be more carnage and he just wants to gain the positions. But then I don't know why he would pit in that scenario. But I mean, as a driver, you always have more information than us as commentators because everyone will have the race engineers as well to talk them through this. So yeah, let's just see what happens.
If I were Chips Chima though, I would be happy considering there's no DRS for another 3 laps.
Yeah,
After the safety car goes.
all right. Prediction in that. Will we see DRS this race?
Yes, I think so. What do you think?
Gupta says 8 stopper incoming, so he's saying somebody's gonna stop 8 times.
I mean, if they score points, then fair play to them.
I do the credit. I mean, it's only been like 2 laps of racing. Only 2 people have DNF so far, and one of them was at the very race start with Kalyan Verma. So that wasn't even driver error. I think that was literally him just getting caught, and Larry is hit the back of Afi. Oh no. Yeah. So who doesn't have a penalty right now for hitting someone? Alright, so we have Ace for that was a different 5 seconds, and then everyone else has a 5. As Bill Wang has a drive-through penalty. Oh, that's not good for him. As he trundles along to catch the back of the safety car. What is happening here? And somebody's on the gravel. It's Larry. Ooh. If he was on the gravel for a second longer, Manan would have the right to overtake him. So, thankfully he kept it.
Mitchell hit Ace, so Ace has 10 seconds.
Yeah, and now it's someone's pitting. It's mid.
I think he's gonna go serve.
Yeah. And Malav and Ace now 3rd and 4th for Ferrari. He's already doing better than the Div 1, who had already DNF'd, I think, by this point, both of them. What else is happening right now? Smith does pit. He's on medium, so he needed a wing change. So he would have broken his wing when he went into the back of someone, whoever it was.
Okay, Larry's on mediums. He went on the hards midway through.
I don't know. I can't explain these strategies right now because there's so many. You didn't expect these safety cars to come out this much, so it is an outlier. Maybe something will happen later on, but so far I think right now the best place, of course, is Chips Chima because he is leading, and the leader is always normally in the best place. And I think Quick Killer is in a very good place right now because he is 5th on mediums. And even anyone from 7th down really is in a very good place right now. Mayank might be in a bit of a pinch here because he hasn't pit yet, and he's on those old softs. Meanwhile, has everyone caught up to the back of the pack? So I think we should get going now soon enough on this lap if Larry can catch up to the back.
Yeah,
and I already see some ludicrous amounts of fuel being run here, so that just shows how many laps of safety car there have been.
Okay, Larry's caught up, so we should see the safety car.
Yeah, and it is, there you go. It is in this lap now, Chips. Is he gonna do it again or is he gonna bolt early this time? Let's see these tactics. Everyone expects that from him now, or the unexpected sometimes is the most expected thing.
I mean, both launches he's gained a second on the personal feed.
Yeah. And, I thought Malav spun there for a second. He was just flicking it around. And Captain Hinkle now gets a 5 seconds of colliding in the pack. I really don't know what's happening at the pack there. Well, sure they're gonna have their work cut out, and I think yeah, he's doing the same thing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
smart. No one says you can't do it. And yeah, he's gone. He's gone this time. He's caught him by surprise again. That is this man has the element of surprise with him always. What is AJ doing? He's weaving around to make sure Malav can't get him because he was.
Get tired.
And
Oh,
meanwhile,
Chip
easy
Seema
level.
spun.
Oh,
And he's
chips!
DNF.
Oh no!
These
That
are the
no, there will
safety
not
cars.
be another safety car because it needs 2 sectors. There will 2 sector cooldown on it. But oh no, it's looking so good for Chips. And now that just goes to show how harsh this track can be. He was looking so comfortable in those first few laps, and now that has put the likes of the Ferraris and Quick Killer into a very healthy position as Mayank is trying it. If he gets this move done through here, and ooh, Quick Killer using all of his car there to defend. It is trying to run away now. Hopefully, he doesn't make the mistake that Chip Seema did because it is very easy to lose your footing on this track. And basically, if you spin on this track, you're probably going to DNF.
Mayank's looking for a move on Quick
And this is a 3 wide now. This is and Sid Venkatesh is retired! So that means Larry is going to win that
Safety
sandbagging.
car.
But then it's another safety. Azun, I'm giving you one chance to go back on your prediction of Will and Captain goes into the back of Phil Wang
Come on,
again.
guys.
Will we see a DRS? Will we see DRS activated in this race? I'm asking you again.
I mean, if I were Quick Killer, I'd see this any day of the week.
Yeah, and Ace has 5 seconds, and Malav was pitting. But I think they could have double stacked, to be honest. They probably would have lost lesser time than they have right now. But yes, Azun, do you think we'll see us DRS now in this race?
I think we will.
Oh. So just to reiterate, 9 laps and with 3 safety cars. So we've had 1.5 laps of racing across 2 safety car players. So the most continuous racing we've seen is a single lap.
No, I mean even then, Chip Steamer had spun out and crashed, so there were double yellows.
Yeah. Wow. There's a cool camera angle, I must say. Nice one there. And now Ace leads, and hopefully he doesn't have the curse of the safety car leader pass on to him. Meanwhile, the only 2 people not having penalties in this top 5 are Quick Killer and Vintage Player. Of course, I don't mean to jinx anyone because we've seen it's so easy to clatter into the back of someone. AJ put on to Hearts, and he's in 12th now. So that will be an interesting thing. Mayank 15th on mediums and Malav 14th on mediums as well. So I don't think any one of these guys are stopping anymore. And if Larry, I think Larry's in a good position here. If he doesn't have to stop again.
So it's just the top 4 and 1 and technically need to stop.
Yeah. Maylander has officially led the most laps in round 1 of LOS. I think he's led almost a race distance now because if I remember correctly, there were 4 safety cars yesterday. So that would be around 12 to 13 laps, and today he's already done like 8 laps. It's been like 22 to 23 laps that he's led of this circuit. Maylander is probably becoming a TT sweat right now, the way he's attacking these corners.
All the tracks he has.
Yes. Now AJ, he is very fast, but he is on hard as well, which take a lot of time to get their grip in. And ooh, and he pits again.
Yeah, I think that was the game putting him hard.
Oh, so he will not be happy about that. Or did he go on to hearts because he just wants to go double me? Oh, he has a wing damage. How? I didn't even see him hit, or neither did he get a penalty. So that is very confusing. So he was first just 2 laps ago. Now he's dead last. Oh, I cannot call this race, and I do not want, and I cannot call how many safety cars there will be. This Chip Chima guy really needs to learn how to drive. He's crashed out 2 times while in the lead. I do agree with you, Chip Chima. I think, yeah, I think you should teach him a few tips. Oh, does he have damage?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he does. So it's as inconsequential as a spin can get, to be honest.
I mean, all I'm saying is he was struggling with warming up his tires last time, and that's one way to do it.
Yeah. The worst case scenario would be if he clattered straight into the wall in DNF. But luckily, his car was able to stop before it even hit the grass. So even the rear of his car didn't get connected and he didn't get rear wing damage. Meanwhile, I think safety car was going to come in this lap, but I think AJ will catch up anyways. I think it should still be in this lap. So very inconsequential. I mean, he'll have a bit of dirt on his tires, but that will have cleaned up by now. Hopefully his temps don't give him an issue as we go further in. And yes, safety car is in this lap.
This guy is
So now he actually has a bit of an advantage, I'd say, because since he's spun, he has the most in temperature tires on the entire grid.
I mean, that is true, but overtaking here is notoriously
Yeah.
difficult. So,
Catching up is one thing, passing is another, and not getting a safety car out is also a big challenge. Larry hits the back of straight. I think what's happened here? I don't see any front wing damage. Maybe we have end plate damage. Meanwhile, we go to now Ace.
is it only Larry who got the 5 seconds?
I think it is for this particular one. I think it is Larry, and Ace is also gonna take it all the way to the line. This has somehow led up to Quick Killer being second.
Side by side.
On Medio! Oh, I hope Quick Killer doesn't have damage because of that, but meanwhile Hazard trying to send one up down the
He
outside.
does have damage.
Yeah, that was very late movement and Bill was retired. Oh, and somebody else is gone as well. It's Captain Hinkle and Bill Wang, but Hinkle's kept the car running just about. I hope that we give him rear wing damage. Bill Wang's car is just dead on the straight, and Hinkle's trying to reverse it now. But we have to go back to the battle up front. I don't think Quick Killer does damage because he's able to keep up. Meanwhile, Mayank has somehow overtaken Malav in all of this, and AJ is now all the way up to 13th. Hinkle's running around. I think Hinkle saw Bill Wang spin and then that spooked him. Meanwhile, Abhi versus Mayank. I think Abhi has some sort of damage. He's driving really slow right now, and it's another skip.
Oh my god.
Aussie fans have got 5 sectors of racing, and that comment still stands because they didn't even get to see this middle sector completed by everyone.
I mean,
And
oh no, Ace.
This is safety cars of the GP with some occasional and he can't even pit now. That means because he'd have to serve the penalty anyway later on. This is safety cars the GP with a bit of racing sprinkled in the intervals.
Now I want to ask you again, who do you think is gonna win?
At this point, I don't know. Madan, let's go for Madan. he
AJ
pitched.
boxed again. Oh, AJ with another new front wing for AJ.
Yeah, I mean they have unlimited amounts of front wing
Madan got
resources.
hearts. There goes your prediction.
I don't really think. I genuinely. We'll have gone half the race now, and DRS will never have been activated. I think this is where breaking some sort of league racing world record as Hinkle gets our 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Oh no. I think he was unable to stop his car because of the damage.
What does Larry do? Does he have damage?
What are we looking like on those
What's the penalty?
costliest Grand Prix in the history of F1? Let me look at the penalty
Larry
situation.
has damage.
So Ace has a drive-through, has 5 seconds, Chugs has 5, Smix has 5, and Captain Hinkle has 5 and Larry has 3. So the only penalty not for colliding with someone or for speeding is Larry's, which is a corner cutting one, which could
Larry
probably...
did get his fair share of contact.
Yeah, wow, I just don't know. It almost feels like... let's check the pit stops actually. Yes, good idea, Gupta.
Larry's on 4 stops.
Yeah, and we're not even through half the race yet.
Again.
Yeah, Larry's on 4, AJ is on 3, which is impressive considering that he's fighting to win this race. I mean, although I say that anyone could win this...
Larry almost won it.
Although I say that anyone could win this race right now. It's just... who can not win it?
I think Vintage Player will win this. way it's looking.
It's gotten to the point now where I'm literally seeing these drivers chatting in the Discord channel because there's no racing going on.
I think the way it's looking, vintage players looking like the prime
And
contenders.
he's saying that Larry might beat you Azum for number of pit stops. So Larry's already got 25 extra sandbags because he has beaten Sid V. As long as Smith Shah doesn't DNF, he's gonna get 100 sandbags from Sid V again. Sid V is a big loser here right now. And yeah, those were the only sandbagging LOS challenges bets for this particular week. So yeah, I think Sid V will be clenching his teeth here. He desperately wants his guys to DNF, although he will still lose out to Larry because Larry probably has a faster lap than him. At this point, I shall also check that. Does he? Yes, he does. A 31.940 to a 32.972. That's what we love to see. Full safety car.
Another possibility for these incidents is the reluctancy of leagues to drive around Australia.
I think so. I don't think a lot of leagues go here, and it is a very tough track. It looks easy because it looks a bit like a an easy, and what would be an easier version of this? I'd say probably Imola, aside from the Sector 2 Variante Alta, would be a more difficult, would be an easier version of this. And so people generally, they only think there's one place, which is this chicane that's very tricky. And so they negate the rest of the lap. And if you see, hardly anyone's crashed here. It's all been in the first sector.
There's another possibility the fact that this was quite an easy track in a Fun 2020 compared to this.
I mean, there are some tracks on this game now that have much lesser grip compared to F1 2020. I'd say this is one of them, and Canada is the biggest one probably, I'd say. And we will be going to Canada later in the season, so that shall be another fun one. Not fun for us right now with the amount of safety cars. Is the safety car in this lap? I think
Yes,
it is. Hopefully it doesn't come out again at this point. I want to see racing in a motor race. Michael Massey cannot tell Mercedes they were motor racing here because there has hardly been any. And he's not messing about this time. He just wants to drive. He just wants to drive. And he's absolutely left Hazard in the dust. Meanwhile, Chugs, vintage player, down the inside. Ooh, and vintage player now trying to get, but easy level bot now goes up the inside of vintage player. Vintage player both almost touch each other.
Smith Shah looking to get in.
And vintage player trying to get one position has lost almost like 4 positions, but he's kept it. He's just about kept it. Easy level bot now. They go side by side and Larry has retired. That means that Sid bet is null and void, but he did get a faster lap than Sid, so he will still be winning that sector. Or Larry's retired in the pits. Wait, what's happening here? Why is AJ back? Why it's just a 3-second gap now between Hazard and Quick Killer. And Quick Killer is absolutely hounding Ace right now. You know the Ace has to beat anyway, so he doesn't really need to get this overtake done. I think this is the longest stretch of unstopped, continuous racing we've seen this entire Grand Prix.
Oh, vintage. Chugs had a bad exit. Vintage.
Oh, Chugs has a bad exit. Vintage down the inside. Can he get the move done? Ooh.
Sector 3, Red Bull. That's AJ. That's AJ going through.
But he's kept the car running. I think he's trying to spin. Ace has to pit soon enough anyway, so Quick Killer's not gonna risk too much getting past him. But yes, I think this is now the longest continuous racing we've had in this GP as we head into lap 15. Meanwhile, Malav versus Manan. Malav goes down the inside. So will Abhi also try and have a go as they go side by side. Turn 1, Malav, Manan, and Manan's kept that position. Meanwhile, what's happened here again? What's happened to Hazard? Does he not have a front wing? No, I think he's just lost his car going side by side. Meanwhile, Abhi now goes past Manan. So Abhi's got 2 overtakes and goes down the outside. What an overtake!
Please not another safety car.
5. Count them 1, then Hazard hits the back of Manan.
Hazard gets a collision. Man, and a 5-second penalty.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will need 2 fingers in all our. We need 2 hands to count this now. If there is another one, that beats the previous record. That was one. That was 4
is not
sectors
good.
of continuous
This is
racing
not
right
good
there.
for Ace. This is not good for Ace. He has to drive through as well.
So Azun, I must ask you again.
I still maintain that we're gonna get DRS.
Oh my god. How is Quick Killer DNF? He was in such a good position as well. He will be livid with himself there. I think AJ's got the best strategy. He always wants to be on fresh tires.
This is the literal definition of
And he does pit however, he has to. His tires won't make it till the end. So Vintage will take the lead. Easy level in second. Chugs pits. Mayank doesn't. And of course now Ace is gonna have to. So I think this is 5 seconds, not his drive through. So he has a 5 seconds and a drive through. And remember, Ace got that drive through around like 8 laps ago. So that should just tell you what's been happening.
Marlow is one of them. Even
Lowest testing. I agree. And Gupta, I don't think you can criticize Quick Killer for choking them. That would be like if Manan talked to us about performing under pressure.
But it seems like I was right about Vintage player.
Yeah, but Azun, you, it takes skill because Larry won't beat your pit stop count now.
Yes.
Because he's not in the race.
AJ is threatening.
AJ is a threat though. But oh my god, what do you talk about? At this point, we should just go to the drivers and just talk to them at this point. We're just running out of things. Fern Maylander has led more than 30 laps now. Can somebody... We need to have a Maylander bot or something on the server now to count how many laps one Maylander has led in that season.
I don't want to be happy Red Bull is leading, but I'm also in the Red Bull team, so it helps in the Super Constructor.
Yeah, but look at all these guys are people who performed well last season. Vintage, Easy Level, Mayank, Smith.
Smith shows up to P4.
Yes, and how many has he served? Because he has, I've seen the name pop up a lot for those 5 seconds. Oh no! Oh, how is this fun under the safety car? I think we just
tire temps and he just overcooked it.
Oh, that is why you don't do that. The safety car wasn't even going to come in this lap, I think.
We don't talk about the curse.
Yeah, that is just... And as Easy Level Bot now, I did mention earlier that you probably shouldn't let Easy Level Bot lead because he's very good at leading. And he's just been gifted. Gifted the lead. Manan is in P8 on hards. On medium, sorry, that is.
AJ is P11 on stop.
Captain Hinkle did not have a front wing and he was 30 seconds behind 5 laps ago. He's in P6. Abhi did not have a front wing at the beginning of this race. Abdul Samad probably didn't have a front wing. I think it was around like lap 8 or something. And they're all in the top 10. Meanwhile, Vintage does the pit stop of shame. Probably.
He's out on mediums.
The only good thing for him is that he's kept his car running. He didn't DNF. That would have been an embarrassing moment. And it would have gone into the... You lead, you won a live event. Yes, Gupta.
Oh, good. Just to reconfirm, I'm audible on screen. Imagine I'm not.
So this is safety car number 6, if I'm correct. Or are we on 5? I've lost count. Hopefully. At this point, I want the CATRS to be activated. I joked on lap 3 that it wasn't gonna get activated. I probably just should stop speaking about these sorts of things.
It will have faith.
And safety car is in this lap again. So 4 sectors. We've gone all the way to 4 sectors. It's the most continuous racing we've seen. 13 drivers still left. Let's see. Oh, Chuck said 3 seconds. Do drivers even remember driving at full speed anymore? What's happened to it? Has they're almost stopped. What was that?
interesting to
Yeah,
see
the
on easy
driver's
level
chat is
as.
more lively than this race right now. Half of them are just chatting away on the server. Yeah, so easy level now, and he comes now. He's seen every variation of a safety car restart possible. So what does he do? I think he's gone already. Oh, he's almost spun. So now he balances it out again. That's a good thing about being a leader. You can almost spin and then go slow again. Now he's gone. Now he has
He's
gone. Now he
got
has
such a
definitely
good
gone.
launch and cutting the slipstream off.
Yeah, and Maya is not really his king. Now remember, if any incidents are
Oh,
gonna
easy
happen, I
level
hope.
goes a bit
Oh,
deep.
easy level goes into the grass, and now Mayank on on the
Does
charge
he
now.
send it? Does he send it?
Is he gonna go around the outside? We have seen that overtake being done, but I think he's
Okay,
gonna
he does.
play it cautious. Ooh, they
Oh,
almost touch. Oh, and they do this. Smith has been pushed wide by Abdul Samad.
oh no, Smith.
Oh, big crash, big
Manan,
crash.
no! Manan, you idiot, Manan.
I think Manan has lost grip. Mala was on his inside, and that has led to both of them DNFing. That will not be a safety car, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the cars are stopped, and this is what happened with Bill Fang, and that's Captain Hinkles on the grass.
Oh, guys, I think they almost want the safety car now. This is almost like it's become a fetish.
I mean,
It's
I
cost.
think it's gonna be a safety car because the cars are still on track.
It's the yellows haven't gone. No,
Okay,
no, no. The
okay,
cars
it's
have
gone, it's gone.
disappeared. Thankfully, now we've seen 2 sectors of unstopped racing. Can this lap beat the record of
Hazard
4?
sends it.
Yeah, that's an absolute send and a half from Hazard. Imagine DNFing now. You stayed all the way through the 6 safety cars, and then you
Goes wide.
DNF.
And Ace is boxed for his
Smith
drive.
is struggling a lot. I think Ace is serving his drive through.
Yeah.
Oh, Smith is struggling a lot. I think he's
Abdul's
gone.
gonna go for
Abdul Samad, they're going 4
Captain
wide down
Hinkle,
this.
wow.
They're going 4 wide down the straight.
And
Now
Ace,
4.
oh no,
oh,
Ace got
oh.
hit. No, yeah, I think that would get him.
Yeah,
Captain Hinkle gets
I'd say
it
leave
well.
that to the stewards. I just don't want to see another safety car at this point. So we've gone
Ace
4
dives
sectors
down the
now.
inside.
So this is a new record, ladies and gentlemen. On lap 19, we go 4 sectors. Ended Ace Kaddari, I think he did. We go 4 sectors, continuous racing. If everyone gets past the middle sector, that will be 5 sectors of continuous racing with 10 laps left.
Miksha is hounding Haza and AJ is
Yeah,
looking
let's
to
see.
capitalize. Does he send it? No.
I mean, you'd think with the amount of safety cars in this, the drivers would be more cautious, but they just they're
Oh,
just
they're gonna go side by side. They're gonna go
Yeah.
side by side through the first lap.
through this one. AJ who was last, who spun under the safety car, and now he gets
AJ
past
gets
Minsha. So we see 5 sectors of continuous
And
unchecked
he's gonna get Haza as well. Wow.
down the inside. Now, is somebody gonna make a move? This is in 2 lap. One more lap, and the DRS will come into play for the first time ever on lap 21, which it will be. Basically, if there's 2 more safety cars, we're not seeing DRS.
Haza's boxed. Haza's boxed.
Yeah, damage.
DRS
Oh, DRS
enabled, yes.
enabled. Yes. Yes.
Is it active though? Can Mayank use DRS?
No, you can't use it right now because the activation point for this first 2 is beyond, is on the previous lap, so it won't get activated. The one
I
which should
just
be
hope
activated
they
is through that after that fast chicane.
Yeah, I just hope they reach there without a safety.
Yeah, I hope they do. Hinkle. I mean, they have got. They're starting to leave a bit more room now. I think I think even the drivers don't want safety cars anymore.
Haza, okay, he's boxed. He's boxed.
I think now if Mayank and Easy Level can get to this section of track, we are going to see DRS use for the first time on lap 20. I hope they get to this section. This is what F1 would be like without DRS simulation was done for the first 20 laps.
Mayank gets a good error.
Yeah, and now for the first time, everyone clap your hands, get them together. That the rear wing
gets
is
DRS and it's
open.
activated.
Let's go. That should probably be the thumbnail for this. We do see DRS. Oh my god. Right now, I think it's just a question of finishing this race. Everyone
AJ is
except the
flying,
last
by
place.
the way. He's gained like a second in the last 2 sectors on RP.
But penalty wise, he does have 3 seconds, so he will have to gap everyone then again. What tires is everyone? I'm so confused right now. Easy
Abdul's
does
on soft.
Yeah, so AJ and Abhi are on softs, and AJ is completely flying right now. Yeah, so finally racing.
Yes.
Meanwhile, this is the closest battle right now. This like 3-car train, as AJ has closed up to Abhi, so he will ride on him to the chicane this time around. And you can see the drivers now are much more cautious, I wanna say.
Smith Shaw's struggling because Captain Inkle on hard just.
Yeah, ever since Smith Shaw got ran wide, he's really struggling to have any pace.
Yeah.
He is on 14 lap old mediums, but then again, easy level, so he's easy level, and meanwhile,
I mean, those 14 laps are.
Mayank goes down the inside of easy level, and he can't get it. Meanwhile, that allows Abhi to catch up now on Mayank. They're going side by side. Please, guys.
On board with AJ.
And then AJ will have the best view of the. Oh my god.
I mean, that's a tactical warning.
Yeah, that is a tactical warning. I don't even think it was a warning, to be honest. And now, can he dive it down the inside? Yes, he can. Can he make the corner? Yes. What good braking there from AJ. Meanwhile, Hinkle has now gotten past Smith Shaw.
It's gonna be easy pass for AJ here.
Yeah.
They're on mediums compared to his softs.
वाला सेफ्टी कार में ये रेस छोड़ रहा है. Although that was an interesting way to go out, Malo. I will ask you about that later.
Oh, AJ will capitalize here.
Oh, easy
no!
Spun.
They both spun. So I think AJ.
Did he never reset the track, or did he?
I didn't catch that.
Oh, that leaves AJ now first again. He's been last for the most laps.
AJ did rear and easy level, so there may be a possibility he has just some.
Yeah. So I think it's an interesting fact. I think AJ has been last the longest and first the longest.
But he's already 1.7 ahead of Abhi.
Yeah, I think Abhi is trying to survive right now. Easy level spun, but he's still P3. Mayank P8.
Let's just P4.
Smith Shaw's back up to P4 now. Hinkle following him. So Smith Shaw must have gotten that feeling back in his tires. Hinkle is on hards though, so he is very well placed.
Vintage is also looking to capitalize on.
And now Hinkle will try and get, but Smith has this is a DRS train now. I think AJ, look at how fast this man is blitzing the field right now. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car train.
Wow, AJ is already 3.2 ahead of Abhi.
Yeah, look at this man is going quali laps right now. That wasn't even his fastest lap. What does Abhi do? AJ does a 24. Abhi does a 27. Easy level does a 32. So
I mean that's because he spun.
Yeah. And Hinkle and Chunks both cut the same corner in the same way at the same time. Now Hinkle is tired.
Any moves?
No.
Hinkle hit Smith Shaw who hit easy level. And then
Chunks to make a 2. Overtake 2 cars to the slope, and his Chunks gonna try and Smith makes his car very wide though. But this is so close. Oh no, just smart thinking there on Chunks. He backed off wisely.
Oh wow, vintage player, what a move.
Oh, Smith Shaw! Please no! For the love of God, no!
And Vintage has sent it on easy level and he's pushed him wide. Captain Hinkle has capitalized. Wow.
Have we hit the amount of safety car limit?
Probably not. I mean, there should be a safety car. I think Roadmasters are also tired.
Yeah. What made has left
Captain Hinkle spun!
No, Hinkle, no. So we didn't get a safety.
Vintage players back up to P4.
This means everyone finishing now. If you can cross lap 27, you are getting a point. Meanwhile, AJ is leading by 6 seconds. He's 3 seconds a lap faster than Abhi right now. To his credit, I think Abhi has very worn tires. I think he's just trying to get to the end. Yeah, he has 12 lap old softs. By the end of this race, he will have 17 lap old soft tires.
17 laps, but around 6 of those were under safety car. Right?
And Hinkle has to pit, of course. But he will get points regardless. I don't know what to say.
Closest
I missed the
battle
words.
is Mayank and easy level.
In Mayank and easy level, so the other two have separated themselves now. And Chugs has gapped vintage play by a decent amount.
Oh, Hazard's making a move on Ace.
And now these two, what can they do? It's Abdul Samad gets pushed on Hinkle because he's pitting.
Hazard
Hazard down the very forceful. Down the
Oh, they make contact.
Yeah, they make contact, but they keep it fair, relatively clean. No crashes, thankfully. Now Mayank goes to easy level. They were fighting for P1 some time ago. Now it's for P5, but just still, it's a fight nevertheless. Mayank will have DRS now. Yes, if you are tuning in and tuned out during the safety cars, we do have DRS finally.
What's DRS? Wow, Mayank going down the outside.
Outside. Can he get the move done? They are so close, but look at that Mayank with a brilliant overtake there. Respect to Isler for leaving this space, but now AJ is leading by 9 seconds. Wow.
Easy level has DRS on Mayank.
Now easy level is gonna come back on Mayank. This is a very equal pace. So
does he make the move here?
Yeah, he's gonna. I think it would be because he's gonna have DRS on the next one, regardless of whether he makes the move there or not, because it is connected. But in trying to make that move, he's lost ground to Mayank, who held firm through there. Meanwhile, AJ now enjoying a relative struggle. I don't think there's one guy here who's even alive that hasn't spun or crashed or lost a wing. Ace pits again, so this is just the fastest lap showdown at the back now.
The good thing is my record is safe.
Yes. I think this is the best sort of situation to go for a fastest lap showdown because you've got guaranteed points anyway. So whoever gets fastest lap now is gonna get an extra point.
The easy level has lost touch of Mayank.
Yeah, so Mayank was, I think, that trying to do that move there. But now look at this. Because he has DRS, he is going to catch back up.
He doesn't have DRS this time.
Oh, so I think Mayank's made a mistake there. Or either that or easy level is just running more straight line speed on his car. Because he does lose to the corners.
Already gaining.
Yeah, now the lead is 11 seconds. And Chugs is actually catching up to Abhi now. And given the pace Abhi is going, it's not out of the realm of possibility that even though Chugs is 6 seconds, he might be able to pass him and build that 6 second gap.
Easy level has DRS on Mayank.
This is just the most confusing thing ever. These two, I don't know.
Yeah,
one more lap and we cannot see a safety car anymore. So if you are gonna crash, please do it on lap 27. I cannot. My heart won't be able to take another safety car.
Chugs on 10 lap old softs versus Abhi on 14 lap old softs. Yeah, I think Abhi's made a mistake there.
No, I just think as Abhi starts going, I think he would have hit.
Vintage player would get Abhi. There is a possibility.
Yeah, and Chugs, I mean, he knows the situation. He just has to pass Abhi and gain around 3 seconds a lap, which isn't impossible considering how worn Abhi's tires are. I mean, Chugs, for that matter, does have 10 lap old worn softs, but Abhi is clearly struggling a lot. AJ is not leading by 13 seconds. He might pull up pit stops gap by the end.
Easy level on 20 lap movements.
Wait,
oh, Captain Hinkle is
retired.
Is there a safety car?
Oh, I think we've hit the safety car limit. He just needed to do one more lap and he would have gotten a point. He's not going to get a point. It's just outside the 90%. Oh, he was right there on the straight. That was very scary from Ace's perspective. Yeah, so I think we have with safety car limit Azun because if that's not a safety car, then nothing is.
Oh my, his car's still on the straight. AJ just had to navigate past that.
Let's see whether these guys are shocked. I mean, they probably will know by now, and I think that car has gone.
Yeah, the car
and look at how much Chugs has caught up to Abhi. So you can just see. AJ probably could pit and still win the race.
He has a penalty though.
I think right now the Abhi is just on mission survival right now. He's doing a very good job making sure his tires don't burst at this point. But now, if Chugs overtakes him now, he'll have to gain 3 seconds a lap on him, which is not out of the realm of possibility.
We did see Abhi's tires go off around lap 10 and Chugs on 11, so He's going for it. Yeah, Abhi doesn't
He
fight.
does get it. I don't think Abhi's gonna fight him. He knows that the guy has 6 seconds. I think right now he'll be looking to try and stay within Chuck's DRS as long as he can, so that he doesn't get past a vintage player. And Stuart, all I'm gonna say is good luck after all the incidents and everything to decide the race result for next week's race. You're welcome, guys. Abhi does get DRS here, but he's already like 8 tenths down. Even with DRS, he's so far back. Look at the grip. He has no grip essentially. It's like he's driving on those. In Turkey, if you've seen those tires, they just shred all the way down.
I mean, it's like the quali session they had.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he would have been used to the low grip, in fact. But
Yeah. No, it'll be
Vintage is also
interesting.
1.4 behind. We could see Vintage catching up to Abhi.
Yeah, and vintage somehow. And yeah, I am correct. Everyone here has spun or crashed or broken their wing at some point in time.
Yeah.
And AJ gets
Oh,
another
AJ
3 seconds,
it
but
doesn't
I mean,
matter.
he's leading by 17 seconds. So, I mean, AJ, I respect AJ. He's probably trying to go for the fastest lap now. He knows he has a big enough gap. Hopefully, he doesn't do a Mansell from Canada. I think it was 93, if I'm correct. Where he crashed on where his car, where he stalled his car on the last lap because he was waving to the fans. I don't think Chucks is gonna get enough, and I don't think Vintage. I think everyone's tires have died out at exactly the same point in time.
Vintage still should have the grip over Abhi, so you
He
never
only
know.
has one lap though to make the move, and meanwhile AJ has started the last lap.
Vintage is almost on DRS.
Yeah, I don't think Abhi's has much tire life left to defend. So all he really has to do is just catch up to the back of him, and go side by side. But brilliant job
Oh,
from
sector
Abhi.
1. AJ!
He just spun! He spun! He spun! No way! Oh, I
I
have
don't
just.
think he's safe. I think he's safe though.
No, he has no wing. He has no wing. He has no front wing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna be that. This is scenes. Oh, he's in the grass. He's in the grass. Oh, he's clipped the wall as well. Oh
no.
my god! And Chucks 9 seconds. This Abhi vintage battle could be for the win now. Who else has spun? It's Hazard. He's spun. This Abhi vintage, they could be battling for the lead.
If they catch up to AJ, it's
They're
gonna
already
become
there.
messy.
They're pretty much there. They're already within almost 6 seconds. Because AJ, remember, he got that penalty last lap. So if Vintage can overtake Abhi, that means he's won.
Vintage literally pushing Abhi through there.
Now how will Abhi defend here? I think they're just about within his 6 seconds. This is a photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. And AJ also, oh my god, he's absolutely
Vintage
bloody.
is sent
Vintage
it
down
down.
the inside. Oh
And
my
Abhi's on the
god.
gravel and Chugs is catching up.
But both of them have penalties, Vintage and Abhi
Yeah,
don't.
AJ
Will Mayank get a
is
podium
gonna-
here? Get Mayank mark the podium. AJ,
Oh.
he will cross the line first, hopefully.
No,
No, he
Chugs
won't
is
even do
gonna
that.
catch him,
Chugs
Chugs
is
is
not
gonna
even
catch
at the line. No, he pulls out. He doesn't. But Vintage has won.
Wow.
Abhi second. Mayank third.
Wow.
Mamma mia. Mamma mia. What has happened here? Oh my god. It took them 52 minutes to finish this race, by the way, I must say.
Are we gonna get some donuts? AJ, 20
No,
seconds.
that's
Yeah, I
it.
think
That's
that's
it.
a glitch.
That's, yeah, so he did finish fourth. Oh my god. Oh my god. If you haven't been around for that, then you have missed something. It is an all-time classic, Archazun.
I would say this is the greatest LOS race ever.
Yeah, and just as soon as Sid Venkatesh wrote AJ should go to tier 1 because of his pace, I think it was at that moment that he spun.
So AJ, you know who to blame.
Yeah. Has crosses the line 8 and will get the points. In
This ace
P9.
get Haza, he gets Haza.
Yes. What have I seen,
That
Gupta?
was
You are
interesting.
correct. What have I seen?
That was interesting.
Oh my god. I think that finish has made up for all the safety cars. Oh my god. And Azun, if you can invite the 3 guys to the podium.
Yeah, I'll just do it.
Oh my god, well, after all of that, guys, here it is. Vintage player first, Abhi second, Mayank third, Chugs in 4th, Easy Level 5th, AJ 6th, Abdul Samad 7th, AS 8th, Hazard 9th, Captain Hinkle 10th. But remember, only till Hazard were their finishers, so that's the where the point allotment is cut. And all the non-finishers, Captain Hinkle, Smith, Shah, Manan, you can beat me quick with the Larry, Bill Huang, Sid Venkatesh, Chip Chima, About the Boy, and Kalyan Verma. Oh my god. 6 safety cars. The leader changed on the last lap. What more can you ask? What more can you ask?
It's vintage Abhi and Mayank, right?
Yes, vintage Abhi and Mayank. If only Easy Level hadn't dived Mayank, he probably would have finished 4th here. Because there's something did go on. And good luck Stewards for deciding the final order of this one. Oh my god, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm so glad I commentated this. Guys, as you enter in, please do make sure that your voice sharing is on. Gupta, I don't want to call him. I think I think he'll be too hurt right now for him to speak. When we next this, his pace was quite good, so. Yeah. Oh my god. Let's go to the showroom. If I'm correct with the cars, yes. Well, I think we have all our podium sitters here. Guys, once again, just make sure that your voice sharing is on so you can be heard in the stream. But we'll start with P3, Mayank. I think like 5 minutes ago you didn't expect to be here, but you are. Can you just take us through? I'd say take us through your race, but can you just take us through the parts that went safety cars?
Oh man, which part? I mean, there were 5, 6 safety cars, man. It was a stop go race, and always difficult whenever too many safety car comes. So anyway, it was. I mean, I had a good start, but in between, when the safety car came, I lost a couple of positions behind Malav, but I went to the pits, changed the tires, and again safety cars keep on coming. So I mean, in between I had a very good battle with Easy Level Bot. So he was also cruising at one time, and we both spun at turn 1, and that was the moment then I thought the race is over. But fortunately, I keep pushing. Finally, good result actually.
Yeah, I mean, these are the sort of races where I did say this at the start. You just have to make it to the end, and you definitely embodied that. Azun, if you want to ask him any questions, the floor is yours.
Manan, Mayank, what were you thinking when there were like safety cars after safety cars? Did you ever think that there would be no DRS?
I mean, obviously we had seen the last D1 race also, so we were expecting this, and the best strategy would be to hold position because it's a very difficult track to overtake. So the strategy was not to lose too many positions and not to pit too many times because this track can be punishing for overtaking. So that was the strategy.
Alright, fair enough. Congrats on the P3.
And one more thing I would like to say for my engineer 7, he helped me a lot, and when the gap for the chip schema was like 6 seconds or something, he was there for me to guide which sector to push, and so GG to him.
Mayank, we can help you if you're in like a position of trouble or if he has like a gun against your head or something. You can blink twice. You don't have to do all of this. But yes, speaking of that, let's go to the man in P2, the marathon man of this, I'd say, because he was he was on the soft tire for so long. Abhi, now that you know that what happened to AJ on the last lap, would you have defended against Vintage harder if you knew it was for the race win?
I couldn't have so soft, so I was not able to. What could I have done? I didn't have ERS. and he has fresh mediums, I think. And but he that overtake was not supposed as it was. So I think I won't let him overtake the DRS zone. He would have taken me on the straight. That would have happened. So my
Yeah,
position.
we were almost predicting a photo finish there. But what was your reaction when you saw that AJ had spun out on that lap? And when did you notice it on that last lap?
AJ, I didn't notice AJ, but AJ when he overtook me, he bumped me
Okay.
while overtaking me. Yes, he was on fresh softs and he's faster, but that overtake was not legal actually.
I
I'll have
mean,
to
that
see
is
again.
something that these stewards will have to look to. But Azun, if you want to ask him any questions,
Abhi, we genuinely thought that you would fall down the order, but then that unlucky for AJ, he spun or he went on the grass or something and lost his front wing. But it was a good drive from you from what we saw, so congrats on the P2.
I was expecting a safety car last 7 laps
not enough
actually.
safety cars.
That's why I
Abhi's
went for
race
safety.
reviews.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was hoping to one more softs. I
Yeah, but
you
commendable
have to do what
performance,
it
man.
is.
Especially that many laps on soft tires, even with like safety cars. It's not like just because you're driving behind a safety car, your tires don't wear. They do still wear a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah, they do.
respect you for
Around
keeping it on track.
70%.
And many
Definitely,
drivers could not keep it on track.
the fact that
So,
you could keep up with them to some extent was definitely really impressive. So congrats again.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
and now we move on to the man of the hour, Vintage. What do you want? You thought that you'd be going first in this round of podium interviews, but here you are last. Did your temperament change in that last lap? It's a similar question that I asked Abhi when you noticed that it was going to be for race winner, not just for P3.
Yeah, actually, first of all, congratulations to Abhi and Mayank. And we both knew that this was for the race win once AJ crashed, and both of us were on the same party. And I did come close to him previous corner, but it wasn't safe, so we didn't go for it. And the next corner, I somehow, while going for the overtake, my left finger just slipped, and I just kind of dive bombed him, and somehow made the corner. Even he made the corner safely, thanks to him for keeping it clean. But I always knew I'd finish on the podium, whatever happened in the race, because I had the pace, and so many people had so many penalties that a podium was almost guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, nicely done. Your fight through the field at the end. It would have been very respectable if you just even gotten P3, but that drama at the end, surely it must feel, it must, I mean, it must be a weird feeling, but also a good feeling to win a race on the last lap like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to me before, but when I spun under the safety car, I was like, the race is over. But that's what probably brought me to the first, because I was on the freshest tires of the whole grid, and everyone was struggling with old tires. Even though I could be cautious and I could overtake them with the fresh car tires.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's what happened.
spinning was the theme of this. I think everyone who finished either didn't have a wing for like at least 2 laps, or had spun somewhere in the race, or had been involved in some form of incident that made them go onto the grass, or something like that. So even the
Yeah, I
ones
made
who
it a
made
point that I didn't want to spin. So I didn't spin under green flag conditions, but then safety car, old tires.
yeah, this race was just a war, is what I described, because even the ones
Yeah.
that made it have like big battle scars. But Asun, if you want to ask him anything now,
Not a question, but like Vintage, you were my pick to win, and then I think you spun or you had an incident. You went to like P14, right?
Yeah, that was under the safety car zone. And thanks for
Yeah,
picking me, buddy.
you definitely had the pace. So congrats on that as well. Congrats on the race win.
Thank you.
you've done your Red Bull boss man proud, Vintage.
Yes, I won the first LOS race in D2, and now I've won the first race of this season 2 also,
Yeah.
luckily.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, the stream has been dragging on for some time. I wonder why that was. But yeah. Anyway, guys, we will see you next week in LOS for the Chinese Grand Prix. Congratulations to all the podium sitters and just generally anyone who even made it to the finish line, to be honest, because that race was definitely something. And once again, salutations to AJ. Very unfortunate to lose out on a race win like that, but he'll come back strong. And in terms of LOS, that will be that for today's stream. Be sure to tune in next week. Bye bye.